it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for the neighbor. We should be going live on Facebook. There we go. Live on Facebook. Welcome, everybody. This is the pre-show. There we go. Pre-show's got to get going here. Bring it up. See if I can see all your comments. There we go. Welcome, everybody. If you're seeing me, this is the pre-show. We'll get going at 6:30 in about 7 minutes from now. So do not fret or worry that you won't have any time. But you will have plenty of time to go get that soda, get that beverage, get that drink of your sorts. And I'm going to see if I can't bring this up so I can see the comments tonight. Well, Facebook is doing something a little bit different here. There we go. Hi, Kyle. Now I can see you. Oh, boy. What is going on with this? They changed this. Oh, no. Oh, I tell you, every time you think you get everything down for these broadcasts, they go and change where everything is. So let me see if I can find this a different way. Let's go here and see if I can't, because I want to see the comments tonight. Kyle, hang on there with me. Let's see if we can do it this way. Then I should be able to see the comments. Nice. That's much better. Hi, Kyle. How's things going? We're going to talk about the full moon, back to school, your success, and taking that leap of faith and going into action tonight. So it's going to be a good show. Welcome, Ember. Got the whole Genthi clan coming tonight. And it's a full moon. Tell me some full moon stories that you got going there. I tell you, it's I was experiencing the full moon today, very much so. And the full moon precursor to the full moon. You can see that. Hey, thanks for all the likes. I'm sending the love back at you. Yeah, got this going on. Got a blemish there. I don't care. What are you going to do? Can't change life, right? That's how that all works. So we're going to have a good show tonight, I think. A little under 5 minutes to go. If this Adobe update doesn't want to interfere with the broadcast. Yeah, all of a sudden, before I'm going on here, a big thing pops up and says Adobe broadcast is coming on. So and so you can see me tonight, or you can see me every Tuesday night on Facebook or on YouTube Live. Let me see if I can bring it up over there too. The big the movie It, you will not see me there. But the movie It will be coming out this weekend. I don't know why, but they do. Maybe you like that stuff. Those scary, scary movies. There you go. Wow. It looks pretty darn nice on YouTube, I'll tell you that much. That's a good broadcast. We'll get going in about 3.5 minutes. But tonight, let's talk about the full moon. Tell me some full moon stories. Type them into the comments. Let me know what's going on with your full moon day. I think I'm a little too close to the mic. It's like it's a little too hot. Right, breaking up a little bit there. But we're going to do, yeah, hearts and love, yeah. Thanks, Kyle. Yeah, it was a crazy full moon day out there a little bit. Not too negative, not too bad, but just a little. You can feel the full moon in the air. And hopefully it won't be that, it'll be a good, positive full moon night that's coming up here. So we got the full moon, we got the Mercury retrograde that's going back. So now you're going forward. We're not going back to relive the past. We're going to go forward on that. But it's also back to school season time. You saw the little butt face. Oh, Kyle. Yeah, it's back to school time. You saw all the pictures on Facebook Day. Oh, look, cute little kids going back to school. And we're going to talk about what that means to you. Yes, you, everyone out there, including myself, and all that, and what success means to you, and all that good stuff along the way. But really, seriously, what are your full moon stories from today? Everything from, I mean, it's all been good so far, but just a little bit strange. I gotta say that much. It's been just a little bit strange, like something unique and different is happening out there. And so, well, grab yourself a beverage. You got about a minute and a half. Go to the bathroom if you need to. We're going to get going here, and it's going to be a great show. And you don't want to miss a minute. Not a minute of it. And then we'll get going on that. Boy, oh boy. It's thanks, Ember. Thanks for all the love and the smiles. And the, oh my gosh, what was that? An anger face? Just kidding. Nice. That was an anger face. Don't do that. That's bad. Under a minute to go, and we're going to get on with the show. There'll be no drawing tonight, so don't wait till after the broadcast and go over to Ember's page. But Ember's page is totally open now. So Ember Genthy's Boutique. Ember Genthy's shopping page, boutique shopping page is now open for business. So feel free to go over there and check out some beautiful women's clothing. And tell Ember that Dave sent you, and you'll get a whole bunch of nothing free. Yeah, I can't work that for you. But, you know, you can try. You can just say, hey, Dave told me to come here and see what, you know, you can get for free. But I don't know if it's going to be much. There you go. Welcome, everybody, to tonight's show. I'm Dave Stelma, if you didn't know. I don't know how you found me. But I'm going to be talking about back to school time, the full moon, success, and what it means to you. And what about taking that leap into action and take that leap of faith? We're going to talk about that and any of your comments tonight after the intro. Thanks for joining me tonight. We're going to talk about back to school. What does it mean to you? We saw on Facebook today a lot of kids going back to school. All the pictures, their first day, it was great. Mom's crying. It's an emotional time letting them go. But what does back to school mean to you? Is there such a thing as back to school for us adults in this world? I'm going to tell you yes, and it shouldn't be just this time of year. It should be all year round, but this time of year is a great time because if you're releasing the kids and they're going to school, that frees up your time. So even if you have an hour a day, 1 hour a day, what it would take to watch 2 Judge Judys during the day. How's that? Or 1 Price is Right during the day. If you can spare 1 hour and read a book, you're going to be now working that brain. You're either growing throughout your life or you're starting to die. That's really it. So as you do things physically, mentally, spiritually, as you take on new things that challenge you, reading a book, reading a different type of book. Not necessarily all, like I'm big into self-help books, magazines, articles. So I'm into that, but it's like maybe I need to go out of my realm and read a novel or something of that sort and challenge myself, challenge my brain, challenge my vocabulary, learning some new words along the way. All those things add up to growing as a human being and growing as a person. So back to school, when we were kids, meant, you know, new clothes, and then we go back there and we learn something new. One year might be math or learning to add, and the next year might be learning to subtract or division or multiplication or whatever it is, or reading and writing and all that good stuff. But for us as adults, it just means still expanding our growth in our minds. So beyond physical, because you can do that also. Now back to school could be that you're going to get out there and be a little bit more physical, or take a workout program that's going to challenge your body. But with your mind, it's a great thing. Now, reading a book is a real simple way to do that. Hit me in the comment section. What's the latest book that you're reading? Tell me some titles in there. Hit me up in the comment section. Tell me, what are you reading nowadays? Give me some book titles, or give me the genre. Are you reading gothic romance? Are you reading novels? Are you, reading self-help books? What is your latest one? I'm trying to look here. I'm seeing. Is there any action in the comments? Are you alive out there? Just kidding. But that's a great way to expand your mind, is just reading itself. Now, you could also take a course. And it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to pay for that. There's a lot of free courses that are out there. Universities, I don't know if you know that. I'm in Wisconsin, but here in Wisconsin, you can get free adult classes where you can go in and you can audit a class. Now, you're not going to get credit for it. You're not going to get a degree out of it. But the knowledge is really the key. If you can go in and audit a class, and let's just say, let's take a simple class. Let's say that you're going to go in and you're going to learn Windows 101, how to work Windows, Microsoft Windows. And so it could be that that's what you're going to be looking at. You're going in, you're just auditing the class, you're learning all about that, so that maybe then you could go on, put on a resume or something of that sort. But it's not necessarily that it's to impress someone else or to get a job or something of that sort, working for someone, but the knowledge alone is going to help you. And when you challenge yourself to gain that knowledge, the next thing you know, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be expanding where you are and what you are and how it's coming into you. Because if you expand your knowledge, okay, we'll break it down to simple. Let's break it down simple. Law of attraction. We're all like, The Secret, Law of Attraction, all that good stuff. And you may think it's a joke, you may think it's funny, or you may go, it's real true. And it is true. I'm going to tell you unequivocally that it's true. So Law of Attraction is what you think about, you're going to bring about. And so if you go in and you start taking auditing classes, not necessarily you're paying for it, you're getting a degree, it could be free and you're just auditing and getting the knowledge. And once you get the knowledge, all of a sudden you're going to find things are different. You're going to talk a different way. You're going to have this knowledge that now you're going to share with other people, and all of a sudden things come to you that maybe not necessarily would have come to you before. So look for those things. It could be an online course that's free. It could also be just going into an actual university and auditing a class like that for free, or you can go and pay for it. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a strong believer of that. Now, in today's technology age that we live in, things change so rapidly. Think about your phone. Used to be the phone, I have it in my little case here, but the phone, look at that. There you go. I'm on YouTube. It could be that you now take a class and learn online how to work YouTube or work to Facebook or teach someone else that. And all of a sudden now you have a stronger trait that you can use and market yourself with. And it could be as simple as apps, learning how to develop apps. There's actually YouTube videos that tell you how to do those things. So if you're sitting around and moping and going, I just can't get ahead, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. You can. And you can do it for free if you just open your mind and start gaining the knowledge. You can search, like I said, you can search on YouTube and you can learn how to develop an app, how to write computer talk. That's all on YouTube right now. You can take that class free and learn how to do it. So if you're sitting around and watching TV for, take an hour of your day and expand your mind. Find something that is of interest to you and that's going to challenge you a little bit. Don't always go the easy route and do things and take a class or take a course or read a book that's going to be the easiest thing to read and then kind of put down and say, hey, I did it. I read a book. Do something that's going to challenge you, that challenges your brain. You have to look up some of those words. You expand your vocabulary. You expand what's going on inside between those two ears, right? And that's going to take you into another place, another realm. And that's part of the law of attraction. Because then what you think about is going to come about. It's real simple. But yet, it's the hardest thing to do because you have to set your mind to it and you have to actually break a habit and make a habit, because you're going to break a habit of maybe going to that dead-end job, and you're going to break that habit because you're going to take, you're going to leave a little bit earlier, or maybe you go in a little bit later or something, but you wake up earlier in the morning and take an hour or a half hour, whatever it is, and read or do a course or whatever it is, or sacrifice at night, maybe some family time with other people that, with your family. You might sacrifice that time with your family and take an hour at night to do, something of that sort. I had to go through a lot to figure out how to even do this broadcast. So I took a class. I then had to sit and study the software and work with the software. You don't just jump on and do it. So you have to develop that and figure it out. And then what do? How do I put this together? Do I have to have multiple cameras, or can I use one camera, or how do I do that? And I had to go through and take a course to do that and figure that out, whether it was free online. I took some tidbits on that, and I'm constantly learning because Facebook, YouTube, all those channels are constantly changing different things, and so you have to try to keep up on it. And I'm in different groups also where people share what they've learned from the gurus and all that good stuff. So from different people that they associate with. So it's a constant learning process. Right now, I'm going through and retraining on the website software that I use, that I set my website up with, because they just updated everything and made things even more complex, but yet more opportunities of things that I can do with them, with that software. So I have to go through now and retrain myself and learn and watch their training videos and their tutorials and practice. That's the next step. So, but during this back to school time, take time for you to go back to school. Which leads me into, how do you get success? Does success come to you automatically? I hope so, but I'm going to tell you, for me, I have to work at it. It's constant work, it's constant training, it's consistent persistence. And as I put up there, success, go get it. You have to work for success. You have to plan, know what those goals are, and you have to plan for it. And then you have to do all the little steps that take to getting to that success. So my first question for everybody out there is, what defines success in your life? What does success mean to you? Hit me up in the comments section and tell me, what does success mean to you? Is it, what makes you feel successful? Is it having earning $100,000 a year? Is it earning $40,000 a year? Is it maybe earning just $20,000 a year? Or maybe it's just getting by to the next paycheck. Or is it making that payment? We made all the payments this month. That could be success to you. Others, it may be a different level of what success is. But tell me in the comments section, and if you're watching this in the the edited show and that, let me know in the comments, what is success? Define success for you. What does that mean to you? Because it's different to everyone. So that's the first thing. Define what success is. And now we got to make a plan and plan that trip. Because if that success is your end goal, your end destination, how are we going to get to that success? And it could be, and as we grow older, success is different. When I was a kid, 16, 17, 18 years old, all I wanted to do was be a rock and roll star, because the rock and roll stars got all the women. So I wanted to go and I want to be a musician. I want to play in bands. So I played in bands when I was a kid. And then I thought, this isn't too bad. I could make like at that point in time, I think I was making about $10,000 a year. I could just $10,000 a year playing gigs and that, and I could just, live in my parents' basement and just kind of live off of them and make 10 grand a year and be a musician and hang out and be cool and that's what success meant to me. That would have been my destination of success when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, coming into my adulthood. Yeah, you can laugh all you want, but that's the truth. And so now I'm 53 years old. Success is totally different than that. Success to me is having my family be successful and on their own and independent. The kids being independent. And it's also that, more things, not quantity wise, but quality wise, more things in my life that way. And also, money wise is way different than $10,000 a year. $10,000 a year isn't going to come close to even paying my mortgage monthly, yet alone all the other bills that there are out there, utilities and all that good stuff. So it changes in time. So wherever you're at, don't think bad of yourself. Don't think, oh my gosh, maybe I should be challenging myself more. And maybe you should. I don't know, but don't feel bad about where you're at, because it changes with time. And some people, I have friends that were very successful. They set high goals for themselves in their 20s and they hit it and are very successful. People that I went to like high school with, and then they planned on higher goals than I did. And they hit some big leaps there in life, where I didn't, mine was a little bit lower. And now that I'm in my 50s, it's different way different than it was when I was back in my little teens, And so it's going to change in time. That's the point I'm trying to get to, is it's going to change in time and those success. So right now, though, write down what success means to you, because I can go through different scenarios and it's going to be different for me than it is for you. And then I'm gonna throw a challenge out to you. I want you to find that one person that you can tell your definition of success is. They're not going to laugh at you. They're not going to go, why are you aiming so low, or why are you shooting so high? Because you're never going to hit that. I want you to find one person in your life that's just going to say, that sounds cool. Why don't you go do that? How can I help you attain that success? And that's one of the keys to hitting that goal, hitting that success. Find that one person, and if you can find many people, that's great, but sometimes it's a struggle just to find that one person that's not going to critique you, not going to criticize you. That's the same thing, but it's going to challenge you a little bit and say, why don't you try this, or making this phone call, or talking to this person? And it may be challenging a little bit, but then that's okay, because they're going to come up with ideas to help you grow faster, right? And what I want you to do is find that one person that you can tell what your definition of success is, and then help you attain it. And you know what you have then? You have a coach and a mentor. You have someone, and the best person to pick out about this, don't pick someone that hasn't attained that yet, or can't really help you yet. Find a person that maybe has done that. If you want to write a book, find a person that wrote a book already. And they're going to be able to walk you through how to do it, what to do, how to write it. Is there certain software that you should get? Or is there certain things that you need to use, or just other people that maybe it's out of their realm, and they're going to point you in the direction of other people that are more at your level, or something of that sort. Or they may point you in the direction of a class or something of that sort that you can do. Now, don't go and blow money you don't have. That's the first thing, because it's going to take you farther in, and then you're going to start doubting yourself. But do this, find that person that's going to help you attain that success. But it all starts with writing that down. What is success to you? What would be success to you? And this goes hand in hand with the first segment of going back to school, challenging your brain and getting that knowledge and gathering that knowledge. So I want you to find that. So define what it is to you. And it could be something simple. Hey, I want to just pay all my bills this month. Find that person that's going to be like, yeah, I can help you do that. How about I help you balance your checkbook so that you can track your money better, and that way you can pay your bills, and you'll have some left over, and then you're going to feel even better because you're going to have this budget in place. So it could be something as simple as that. So write down that goal. That's what success definition is for you. The definition of success is for you. And then let's find just one person. Let's start with one person that can get you there faster. And if you don't have a person, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, shoot me a message on Messenger. Shoot it to me, and if I can't do it, I'll direct you to somebody. I'll find somebody that can help you find your way. Okay? Now you got your assignment. Let's get to it. And what you're going to do next is take that leap of faith. Oop, wrong hand. Right here. Leap of faith. We're going to take that leap. This past weekend, and in this past week, I saw two people that were important in my life, but I never knew. I only knew of, and I knew of through what they did. And one is going to be Louise Hay. Passed away this last week, 90 years old. And Louise Hay started Hay House Publications. She wrote her first book when she was 50 years old. 50. 50. So if you're under 50 right now, there's no reason. And if you're over 50 right now, there's no reason to not to start right now. Go and do it. Just start doing it. And what she did is she wrote a book, and then she started taking it around and talking to people and having classes. And eventually she couldn't really, she self-published her book because nobody wanted to publish it. And so she self-published her book, and she took action. And then out of that grew Hay House Publishing. And then she started contacting other self-help people. And eventually she got Doreen Virtue, the angel lady, Doreen Virtue. And she also got Wayne Dyer over to Hay House. And he was successful. He could have stayed with his publisher or floated around to the big name publishers, but he saw something in Louise Hay and that he wanted to be a part of. And they became great friends, and Wayne passed away, and now Louise Hay is with him in spirit. And so it's never too late to take that leap into action. And the other person that passed away just yesterday, I believe it was Walter Becker. Walter Becker was a founding member of Steely Dan, and he's on the opposite side of the spectrum. Hi, Mike. Hi, Danielle. He's on the other side of the spectrum of when he started in his 20s. He died at, I believe he's 67 when he passed away a couple of days ago or a day ago. And Steely Dan was one of the bands that influenced me. It was, I don't want to label them. They were in a category of their own, jazzy, rock. It's actually amazing to me that they hit top 40 hits because they weren't really the typical top 40 look. And they had some jazz in there. They had different fusion, rock, jazz, contemporary. Just everything was just fused in there, and they made beautiful music. And Walter Becker was he was a founding member with Donald Fagen, but also he was just a great producer, songwriter, musician, bassist, lead guitar player, everything. Just was a great producer on a whole. And so he started in his 20s, though. He started honing his craft and had some great success going in, throughout his 20s and right up until they were going out on tour this summer. I think they were out for a few dates, and then he became ill or had some issues, some health issues, and that. So whether you're in your 50s or whether you're in your 20s, it doesn't matter. People use that excuse of not leaping and taking action to get. They sit there and they go, I should have, and those, just change those should haves. Do what makes you happy, and success will come about from that. You have to be joyful. You have to be happy. Yeah, Danielle says definitely not mainstream. It wasn't, but yet it got played on FM. FM was coming around in the 70s, and from AM, made the switch from AM, and so they were right there. But yeah, I love Steely Dan. I thought it would still love Steely Dan. And the music, and Walter Becker will be missed. Louise Hay will be missed greatly, but their legacies will live on. And that's the next part of what I wanted to say was, when you take a leap into action. You have to take action towards what you want to do, what your love is, what your passion is, and going out and finding that. And so find what your passion is. Take that leap of action every day. Write down 3 to 5 steps that you can do, 3 to 5 people you can talk to, whatever it is, to get closer to what your success is, what you want is success, and what's going to bring joy to your hearts and your family's hearts. And doesn't matter if you're in your 50s, if you're in your 60s, if you're 20-something, don't use excuses of, I don't have enough money, or I don't have the skills, or I don't have... And today, you have a plethora of opportunity that's out there. If you don't have skills, if you're a visual learner, go on YouTube and start looking it up and start watching videos of how to. Or join a Facebook group. There's so much opportunity that's out there that's free now. Whereas when I was a kid, Mike was a kid, Danielle was a kid, when we were all kids back then, you had encyclopedias, you had a dictionary, you didn't have the internet. So you had to go to a library and start doing that. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Maybe more people should go to a library and that. But now we take our laptops and we go into a coffee house and we sit there and drink Java and use free internet to do our studying. But define what is success to you, and then start just taking action. Make a list every day so you don't get lost in the ADD world that we live in. Oh, look, squirrel. Oh my gosh, this one's on. Oh my, what's on the show? I'm guilty of it. I'm very guilty of that. So go out there, find that knowledge, cultivate it, and then we can all leave a legacy. We can all be the Walter Beckers. We can all be the Louise Hayes. We can all be the Wayne Dyers, because all they did is they kept learning new things and then they kept sharing it with people. Walter Becker did the same thing. He didn't just sit there and play a few. He kept learning new things, new ways of producing things, new sounds that were out there. And he kept producing other artists that way and honing his skills and learning more things. Louise Hay, same thing. She started, and then when she was a writer, she gave talks. So what do they have? They have writing sessions. Reed Tracy is carrying on her legacy at Hay House Publications and Media, and is putting those out there. So take a class, learn what you want to do, and then figure out what you want to leave for a legacy to your children, to your families, to others that are out there. Do a Facebook show and share your knowledge. Everybody has unique knowledge that's out there. You can easily do this, and your audience may be different than my audience, or they may be the same, and we can all have a show together. But there's ways to share your knowledge and leave a great legacy for others to have and share with their people. It's just carrying on that tradition. So back to school time. Take a course, read a book, learn something. Keep cultivating that brain. Okay? Keep using it and keep cultivating. Let it grow. Keep that brain growing. Then I want you to define what your success is this week. Write it down. Actually write down, what does success mean to you? And then find one person that you can tell that to and is going to say, I want to help you get there. And then lastly, take that leap. Go take some action and make it happen. All right? And then we can all leave a legacy. Thanks for all the hearts, the love, and the likes. Till next week, be good. Hugs, love. We'll see you next week, next Tuesday, 6:30. Dave Stelma checking out. Bye. If you like this video, like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or find everything at davestelma.com.